Have you ever walked past someone who looked completely ordinary, maybe in jeans and a simple t-shirt, but somehow something just seemed different? You probably thought, there's no way this person is wealthy, but guess what? Some of the richest people on the planet look like they wouldn't even splurge on a fancy coffee. In today's video, we're revealing the crazy, surprising signs that someone is secretly rich. And trust me, these signs might shock you. We're not talking about the obvious markers of wealth like a Ferrari or a private jet. Well, no, we're talking about the subtle, often overlooked behaviors and habits that signal someone's hidden fortune. By the end of this video, you'll have a sixth sense for spotting those stealth millionaires. So get comfortable, because you won't want to miss a single second of this. 1. They're comfortable saying no. One of the first signs that someone might be richer than they let on is how comfortable they are with saying no. This may seem like a small thing, but it speaks volumes. Think about it. When you're in a financially tight spot, you might feel obligated to say yes to every opportunity, invitation, or favor. But the wealthy, they know how to guard their time like it's their most precious resource. Because for them, it is. They have the luxury of choosing what they do with their time. Whether it's work, social events, or investments, they've built a life where they don't need to people please or chase every opportunity. They can afford to say no, and that's a strong indicator of someone who is financially independent. 2. They don't show off, they show up. You know that guy who's always posting pictures of his luxury car or designer clothes on Instagram? Well, that's not the guy we're talking about today. True wealth doesn't need to flaunt itself. The richest people are often the ones who show up in a simple outfit, drive a regular car, and live in an unassuming house. They aren't concerned with showing off their wealth, they're concerned with showing up where it matters. What's more impressive than wearing a $10,000 watch? The ability to confidently walk into a room and offer real value, whether it's through their knowledge, connections, or influence. These are the people who know they don't need to impress anyone because they're already operating at a level where what they own isn't as important as who they are. 3. Their clothes are simple, but high quality. Here's a fun fact: wealthy people often dress incredibly simply, but their clothes are high quality. They invest in well-made, timeless pieces that last, rather than following every fast fashion trend. You might look at their plain white t-shirt and think, that's nothing special, but that t-shirt could be made from the finest materials, costing hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. It's not about the flashy logos or the brand names, but rather the quality and durability of the fabric. They understand that buying cheap clothes that wear out quickly is a waste of money in the long run. Instead, they invest in clothing that will last them for years. It's about practicality and smart spending, not trying to impress others. 4. They value time over money. Here's something interesting: while many people are constantly trading their time for money, the wealthy think differently. For rich people, time is far more valuable than money. They realize that money can be made and spent, but time is a finite resource. This is why they are careful with how they allocate their time. They don't waste hours on things that don't matter. Instead, they focus their time on what brings them joy, fulfillment, and of course, more wealth. Whether it's investing in a business, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking time to think and strategize, wealthy people know that guarding their time is the ultimate form of wealth. 5. They understand the difference between assets and liabilities. This one might sound like common sense, but it's a huge distinction between those who are wealthy and those who are not. Rich people know how to differentiate between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Think investments, businesses, real estate. A liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money out of your pocket, like that shiny new car or even a big house with huge upkeep costs. Many people make the mistake of buying liabilities, thinking it makes them look rich, but the truly wealthy focus on building assets that increase in value over time. They think long-term, not just about what looks good today. So, if someone seems to always be talking about investments, passive income, or building equity, it's a pretty good bet that they're financially savvy and probably quite wealthy. 6. They build strong relationships. Another sign that someone might be secretly wealthy is the company they keep. Rich people surround themselves with a network of other successful individuals. They're always looking to build connections that will help them grow, learn, and achieve more. They don't waste time with negative people or those who drain their energy. Instead, they seek out relationships that are mutually beneficial, with people who inspire them to be better. The wealthy know that relationships are one of the most valuable forms of currency. The more powerful their network, the more opportunities come their way. 7. They aren't obsessed with trends. One crazy sign that someone is secretly rich is that they aren't obsessed with the latest trends. Truly wealthy individuals don't feel the need to jump on every bandwagon or buy every new gadget. They aren't constantly upgrading to the latest iPhone or chasing the latest fashion craze. They are secure enough in their wealth and their choices that they don't need external validation. Instead of following the crowd, they focus on what brings them value and joy, even if it's not trendy. Their confidence in their financial situation means they can stick to their personal preferences, regardless of what's currently popular. 8. They invest in experiences, not things. Have you ever noticed that some of the wealthiest people don't have a house full of material things, but they've traveled the world or taken part in incredible experiences? That's because rich people know that experiences bring more long-term happiness than possessions. They aren't concerned with keeping up with the Joneses by having the newest car or the latest designer bag. Instead, they're investing in experiences, whether it's traveling, learning new skills, or spending quality time with loved ones. Experiences enrich their lives in ways that material things can't. 9. They are financially literate. You might not see the sign right away, but the wealthy are often incredibly financially literate. They know how to manage their money, how to invest, and how to make smart financial decisions. This doesn't mean they have to be financial experts, but they certainly understand the basics of how money works. This financial knowledge allows them to make decisions that will grow their wealth over time. They know how to budget, how to save, and where to invest their money to make it work for them. If you ever get into a conversation with someone who has a deep understanding of personal finance, there's a good chance they've built some wealth. 10. They are humble about their success. Here's something that might surprise you. The wealthiest people are often the most humble. They don't feel the need to brag about their accomplishments or show off their wealth. In fact, many of the richest people in the world live incredibly modest lives. They don't need to tell the world how successful they are because they're secure in themselves. They've already achieved the level of success they desire, and they don't need external validation. Humility is often a sign that someone is secure in their financial situation and that they don't need to seek approval from others. 11. They focus on long-term planning. Wealthy people tend to think long-term, not just about the next paycheck. They are always planning for the future. Whether it's in terms of their investments, their career, or their personal life, they think about where they want to be in 5, 10, or even 20 years, and they make decisions that align with those long-term goals. They aren't looking for quick wins or instant gratification. They understand that building wealth takes time and patience. This is why they focus on investments and opportunities that might not pay off right away but will yield significant results down the road. 12. They read and educate themselves. The key habit of the wealthy is that they are constantly learning. Whether it's reading books, attending seminars, or taking courses, they never stop educating themselves. They understand that knowledge is one of the greatest assets you can have, and they're always looking for ways to improve their understanding of the world. You'll often find that wealthy individuals are voracious readers, consuming books on a variety of topics, from business and finance to self-improvement and psychology. They know that the more they learn, the better equipped they are to make smart decisions and continue building their wealth. 13. They live below their means. Here's one of the biggest surprises. Many wealthy people live far below their means. Just because they can afford to buy a mansion or a sports car doesn't mean they will. In fact, many millionaires live in modest homes, drive reliable cars, and don't spend extravagantly. They understand the value of saving and investing rather than blowing their money on things that don't bring long-term value. They focus on accumulating wealth, not just spending it. This frugal mindset is one of the reasons they're able to maintain and grow their fortune over time. 14. They prioritize health and well-being. One final sign of secret wealth: they invest in their health. The wealthy understand that no amount of money can buy health, so they prioritize taking care of their bodies and minds. You'll often find them investing in things like organic food, fitness trainers, mental health resources, and overall wellness. They know that without good health, they won't be able to enjoy their wealth, so they take proactive steps to ensure they stay fit, energized, and mentally sharp. It's one of the smartest investments they can make, and it's a strong indicator that someone is not only financially rich but also living a rich life. Being secretly rich isn't about flashy cars or extravagant vacations. It's about mindset, discipline, and long-term planning. The signs are subtle, but now that you know what to look for, you'll start spotting them everywhere. Keep an eye out. Someone in your life might just be a secret millionaire.